Good afternoon and welcome to Newsbeat on Good Afternoon Ghana. It's time to look at the headlines making the news. Of the Special Prosecutor clarifies issues surrounding the arrest, detention and subsequent release of private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu. We will also speak to the man who says his detention was needless. Private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu will join us on the telephone. Plus, Ghana Police Service receives 40 new armored vehicles to strengthen operational capacity and enhance public safety across the country. This and many more coming up. Stay tuned with us. Welcome back and let's look at the details. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has clarified the issues surrounding the arrest, detention and subsequent release of private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu. The Director of Strategy, Communication and Research at the OSP, Sam Darko, says that Martin Kpebu has been acting improperly towards their personnel in the discharge of their lawful duties. Mr. Kpebu was detained at the Office of the Special Prosecutor on Wednesday, December 3, 2025, after he was reportedly charged with obstructing an officer in the execution of his duties. This followed his invitation to the office over some allegations he made against the Special Prosecutor. He was released later in the evening. Let's take a look at the Director of Strategy, Communication and Research at the OSP, Sam Darko's statement on Facebook. Let's turn to the video wall for excerpt of his statement. All right, so we're going to look at his statement on our video when he says that this is not the first or even the second time Mr. Kpebu has acted improperly toward the OSP security personnel. Having monitored his conduct for some time, it has become clear that unless his interactions were recorded, he would misinterpret or misrepresent the facts. A notable example in his false claim that there were 16 petitions calling for the removal of the Special Prosecutor. When confronted by KSM on his show, he admitted that he merely repeated what he heard someone say on the news file without verifying it. It is concerning that a lawyer would make such a statement without checking the facts. Still looking at what he wrote on the Facebook blog, and the investigation is separate from his allegations. The confrontation at the OSP has nothing to do with the ongoing inquiry into the substantiated allegations he made against the SP and the office. He continues to claim that he is gathering evidence and will eventually present it to the OSP board, despite knowing that there is currently no board in the place. This behavior follows a familiar pattern. He refuses to cooperate and demands that certain officers be removed from the panel. gets his wish and then introduces a new obstacle. Fortunately, the investigators have continued their work professionally despite his lack of cooperation and abusive conduct. And as we continue on misleading the public about investigators, Mr. Kpebu repeatedly misled the public by claiming that those handling the case are junior staff, when in reality their ranks are equivalent to deputy commissioners of police. He also falsely claims that the OSP is investigating itself, which shows either a misunderstanding or deliberate misinterpretation of institutional processes. Fact-finding committee exists to establish facts, not to pronounce guilt or innocence. Police misconduct is not investigated by fire service officers. GRA misconduct is not investigated by immigration officers. And alleged misconduct in one university is not investigated by another. The principle is the same. It happened at the OSP premises, and the event at the gate is upon arriving, Mr. Kpebu parked his vehicle and stepped outside the gate to conduct an interview. He always does this, brings in media men to speak to them before entering and after exiting. Security personnel cautioned him to move away from the entrance, so he moved to the fried yam seller spot and continued speaking to the media. Afterwards, he entered the compound alone. The guards reminded him that photography and videography are not permitted around the premises. Which is, he reacted angrily to the reminder and insulted the guards. They issued a formal warning about his conduct, but he insisted he could act as he pleased and threatened to report them. He told them that they are nobodies. Even their boss, head of the agency is nobody and will be removed soon. He continued insult and obstructive behavior led to his arrest for the offense of obstruction of officers in the performance of their duties. He was informed of his arrest on suspicion of obstruction. In accordance with the law, the arrest was executed without force, and there is no internal record of any assault or mistreatment. Then looking at the bill processing and conduct at council, and the bill granted. Following the arrest, the bill was granted according to standard administrative procedures. Following the arrest, bill was granted according to standard administrative procedures. The conditions were explained to him and his counsel. However, one of the lawyers refused to leave the premises until Mr. Kpebu was brought back. She insulted officers and caused a scene, all of which was recorded. Despite her behavior, officers removed her gently and without force. Their professionalism deserves commendation. And still on the matter, following the detention and release of private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu by Office of the Special Prosecutor, Director of Communication for the NPP, Richard Ahiagba, has stated that everyone was quiet until it happened to Martin Kpebu, the darling boy of the president.
We in the NPP have been complaining about the seeming abuse of citizen rights since this government came to power. When we say it, then they say, oh, they are doing their job, they are doing their job. So yesterday, Kpebu was caught in their doing their job thing. And all of a sudden, all the big guns started coming. And I was watching and I'm listening, I'm like, when was the last time I heard my brother Sosu talk about this matter? When was the last time I heard lawyer Tadio Sori talk about this matter? When it was happening to NPP people, they were quiet. They were quiet, they were quiet. The police will arrest, mangled, put people, social media people, they arrest them, bungle them, put them there. Nobody says anything. They go to ask for bail, they say, oh, bring your father, your mother, including your wife, before we can let you go. They did all of that. Then yesterday, he got to our friend Martin Kpebu's stand, they say he should bring landed property. And everybody say, how? That's not correct. That's what they started saying. Simply because we don't want to be fair in this country. If it's happening to that group of people, let it go. What is happening to the President Select Committee on ORA, a member of that committee, hey, you can't do that, you can't touch him. And the big guns start coming, they can't sleep. Let Kpebu go, let Kpebu go. But it was the same security people who were doing the things they were doing in this country to MPP people. And they said, that's the rule of law. They told us that. Tomorrow, there are many other things that this government is doing that we are telling them. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, love him to bits, but his politics is problematic. But when it was happening, which was then still wrong, all these voices were quiet. That's why the security people who did that yesterday thought that, it's regular business. They saw it as a regular thing to do, and so they went to do it. Unfortunately, they picked a bigger meat. Martin Kpebu, the darling boy of the president.
Every now and then you hear the Special Prosecutor's Office crying, saying that they are not getting cooperation of other agencies. Other agencies crying that they are not getting the cooperation and the support of the OSP. So why do we see the powers of the Attorney General Department to this office when they can as well do all the work and even more and better than they are doing now? Before MPP left office, you can go and play by being my brother Richie's voice on his view about this Mr. Kisi Ajabi and the way he's carrying himself and the way he's doing his work. I don't think there's anybody in our society who is watching things objectively, who is proud and happy with Kisi Ajabi and the way he has carried himself in the discharge of his duties.
Away from that story, the Ghana Police Service has received 40 new armored vehicles to strengthen operational capacity and enhance public safety across the country. The handing over ceremony took place on Thursday, December 4th, and was attended by President John Mahama, government officials and police leadership addressing officers at the ceremony. Inspector General of Police, IGP Christian Tete Yohuno, assured that the vehicles will be strategically deployed and properly maintained to achieve their intended objectives, commending the government for its intervention.
Vehicles comprising 15 armored pickup vehicles, 20 Cobra 3 and 5 Cobra 4 high-grade armored vehicles. To say we are overjoyed and eager to receive these vehicles will be an understatement. Over the years, the police service has seen a steady rise in the levels of risks our officers are confronted with daily in the course of performing their duties. This calls for critical logistics that will enable us rise above these threats and take on criminal elements head-on, while ensuring the safety of our officers. Your Excellency, as part of your agenda to reset the nation, one of your priority areas has been retooling of the security services with the protective equipment available to us. We have done our best to minimize casualties as much as possible, but I'm sad to report that on some occasions we have suffered some casualties. Some of our men have sustained life-threatening injuries, and in some instances, unfortunately, some have paid the ultimate price. It is against this backdrop that I am particularly delighted that today we are receiving these armored vehicles which are going to ensure utmost protection for our officers as they gallantly execute our mandate of protecting life and property and ensuring the safety and security of all persons across the country. Your Excellency, these vehicles are going to completely change the face and dynamics of police operations. With these vehicles, we are going to launch very bold, robust, and targeted operations throughout the country. We will dismantle any existing criminal networks, most of whom have gone into hiding due to our intensified activities against them. Let me use this opportunity to send a strong word of caution to persons who have decided to disturb the security of this country. We are coming for you. You can run all you want and hide wherever you wish, but we will surely get you.
Let's look at other stories, and the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has assured that the newly approved Qatar Labour Mobility Agreement will provide stronger protection for Ghanaian migrant workers, guaranteeing fair treatment, improved welfare and access to accommodation and medical support. He made the remarks on the floor of Parliament shortly after the House affirmed the agreement.
2 weeks ago, I met with the Labour Minister in Qatar, and they gave us full assurances that once Parliament of Ghana ratifies this, it will come into force, and they are ready. The Minority Chief Whip asked about some of the areas that this agreement covers. I can confirm that the areas include health, that's professional health workers, all the allied health workers, tourism, IT, transport, logistics, engineering. All of these sectors have been covered under the agreement. And immediately this is ratified tonight, we are moving into recruitment. This is not brain drain at all, it's brain gain. They will be working under specific contracts. They will come back to help with our national growth and development. They will learn skills. They will have more resources. They will remit to our country, to our economy, and it's better than allowing an unregulated space where young people are forced to cross the Mediterranean. They lose their lives under very perilous and tortuous circumstances. Let's regulate it and let's make it a win-win situation, as other countries have done. Cuba has benefited a lot from this labor mobility arrangement. The Philippines, it is a major policy in the Philippines, and their citizens have benefited. So we must also move towards that. That is a smart way of creating jobs and empowering the young people of our country. All I do is to negotiate, make sure that these agreements meet basic tenets, that we are respecting the rights of Ghanaians, and that when they arrive in those countries, they will be protected. And the employers in those countries know that the government of Ghana has full backing, is really looking out for these workers. That is really my interest in this matter. So I can assure all colleagues that please encourage your constituents to apply when this is ratified, and it is a very credible process. There are no fetters, there are no angles of discrimination at all.
And in agriculture, the chairman of Parliament Agriculture Select Committee, Gabriel Seydou Jassau, says this year's Farmers' Day will be exceptional, promising renewed support and incentives aimed at empowering farmers to drive transformation across the agricultural sector.
We are very excited because this government has made agriculture one of its, in fact, its key arrowhead, and that we are looking at the rural economies and improving productive capacity. This government believes that we are implementing the Agriculture for Economic Transformation agenda to be able to transform our economy. We are operationalizing this through the Feed Ghana program. And so this year's Farmers' Day is going to be a unique one. It's being hosted in the Oxygen City of Volta region, and farmers will gather there and will be able to recognize and award and reward farmers who have distinguished themselves in their work. We will also create it as a platform that will link the different actors, the value chain actors, marketers, investors, etc., in this enclave, so that we'll be able to help them after this Farmers' Day see what push can be effected to be able to transform the agricultural sector. We look forward to getting some good exhibits in the area. We look forward to getting these farmers to go back home satisfied and motivated, incentivized to be able to continue to produce their best.
Celebration of persons with disabilities has reignited a national call for stronger inclusion as the WA East MP outlined targeted measures aimed at improving support for vulnerable groups. Take a listen.
Right, so the Member of Parliament for WA East and also the Chairman for the Select Committee on Agriculture in Parliament has affirmed that the MP's Common Fund will see to the needs of the people with disability in his constituency.
And so it's only right that we serve and serve them well.
Now, there's been a lot of progress as a country in supporting people living with disability. The Disability Act provides a lot of incentives for bringing them up into the space of other people that are not abled people. There's also a financial arrangement in the District Assembly Common Fund that 3% of the Common Fund is allocated to persons with disability. It's just been amended. Now it's been increased to 5%. And so it means a lot more resources available to them. As MP, my component of the District Assembly Common Fund, I have earmarked a percentage that I support persons living with disability. Different kinds of interventions, ranging from supporting them to pay their kids' school fees that are in tertiary education, some of them livelihood income earning activities, and I'm just glad to report to you that I just procured some fufu pounding machines that are going to be serving as exhibits on the upcoming Farmers' Day, and these are targeted at persons living with disability and yet farmers.
He also affirmed the call by the Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, for enrolling people with disability in the tertiary process.
That's another additional policy intervention that government is rolling out, and I truly and fully agree with it. I think that whatever incentives we can accommodate to be able to get them to give up their best, we should. I mean, we have some of the best brains and actors that around the country that have been people living with disability. My own father lived with disability, and he became a chief accountant, and he's retired. He's living very comfortably back in Wa. We have Dr. Seydou Dana, who was minister, and he's my constituent. He's incidentally my father, if you like. You know, he's my relation, and he's risen to become minister for chieftaincy. We have earlier on we have another lawyer, Dr. Bashiru, who was also a blind man. So you have a number of such persons. And so for me, it's normal. Living with disability is normal day. I grew up in the house of person living with disability.
For Metro News, my name is Dominic Nana Kwamina Ansapra.
And still on the issue of disability, the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has announced that President Mahama's administration will roll out a free tertiary education policy for all persons with disabilities beginning January 1st, 2026. He made the disclosure while contributing to a statement in Parliament to mark World Disability Day.
I'm happy to note that from the 1st of January 2026, President Mahama will make a formal declaration declaring education for all persons with special needs free in Ghana, and would want that to be an enduring legacy and to reach out to them as very marginalized, deprived people. Currently, those of them in the schools and the special needs, we call them integrated and special needs, there are about 39 of them spread across the country, particularly in Ashanti, Volta region, and other parts of it. They live on 8 cedis a day. Government is increasing that to 15 cedis. I'm here with an amendment to the Get Fund Act, and part of the amendment is to declare special needs education free in Ghana. And every other year, Mr. Speaker, the Get Fund will be obliged through Parliament to make a minimum allocation of 65 million to 100 million Ghana cedis dedicated to their feeding. What is significant, Mr. Speaker, will be assistive devices. Elsewhere in the world, those of them who are unable to hear, there are devices that can aid hearing. We will also provide that for them. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to commend the maker of the statement. I'm also aware that the President have directed that District Assembly Common Fund allocation for persons with disability be increased from 3% to 5%, and that this money must be spent at the local level, and accessibility to the fund must be from the Federation of Disabled People as part of his determination to reach out to persons with disabilities. So, Mr. Speaker, let me commend the maker of the statement and to say that we need to do more, even as a parliament. There are many institutions in Ghana which are still disability unfriendly. They have not been able to adjust their institutional infrastructure, probably, Mr. Speaker, even including Parliament.
And away from that, President John Dramani Mahama has, for the second time, paid a working visit to the ongoing Ofankor Nsawam Road project. The purpose of the visit was to ascertain the level of work done and to interact with project stakeholders. Our Presidential Affairs correspondent Shadrach Odame Ejari has more on this.
The Accra-Nsawam Highway, the construction of this highway has been a bone of contention on almost every dining table in every Ghanaian home. This project was started by the erstwhile NPP administration. Fast forward, the administration could not finish until the new National Democratic Congress-led government took over power. In 2025 or early 2025, when John Dramani Mahama, president, was sworn in, he started moving around to inspect the progress of work. Contractors, after receiving payment, now promised the president to complete the work latest by end of 2026. We are in December and the president, John Dramani Mahama, is visiting the site to inspect progress of work. This is Amasaman. This is the interchange session. The president is going to take his tour of the area, speak to some contractors and then inspect works.
I want to thank you very much for the support you are giving the Big Push and all other road projects in the country, and we believe that you will leave a legacy that all Ghanaians will be proud of. We are very grateful for this opportunity.
We are actually pushing on the earthworks faster. I'm sure that just as the president said, when the few certificates are on it, the contractor will not hesitate to finish that time in time. And so from the mid-year towards Hebron and then Dobro, towards the junction to Nsawam, I'm sure we'll be able to finish on time.
Today is exactly 3 months since I last came here, and I'm quite impressed with the progress that has been made. I'll urge the contractor to continue to push hard. The last time I came, he assured us that by July next year, he'll be able to hand over the road. But if I look at the progress being made, I'm sure that by April next year, if you guys push hard, you'll be able to finish this road and hand it over so that we can use it. This alignment of the road is the road that links Accra to Kumasi. This is the old alignment, and some people have expressed concern that with the announcement of the new Accra-Kumasi Expressway, this road is going to be abandoned. This road is not going to be abandoned. Work is still ongoing. Even if you go into the eastern region stretch towards Apedra, all the way towards Senyinam, there's road work going on there, and we're going to add the Ashanti region end of it so that we open up the road.
It is the hope of every Ghanaian, commuters and drivers especially, to wake up to a free street. I mean, from Accra to Nsawam and also from Nsawam to Accra. For those that are going to work, this has been one of their major headaches, struggling to get vehicles to their various destinations. Hopefully, when this stretch is completed, we will see people moving freely and happily. My name is Shadrach Odame Ejari. I'm a Saman for Metro News.
All right, so that was the Ofankor Nsawam Road issue. And the Member of Parliament for Ibuakwa South, Dr. Kingsley Ajiman, has dismissed allegations tying him to a scholarship scandal and telling the media, the parliamentary and press corps, that the claims are baseless, and he clarified his role and defended his integrity.
Brands manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa, dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you coffee be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God down for boom. If you put it with so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, Mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me well.
Yeah,
man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
How much birthday?
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompt, yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment seminar? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
The biggest cultural explosion of the year is here. The Afro Brazil Ghana Festival 2025. December 12th and 13th at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park and Mausoleum. It's coming alive with 2 unforgettable days of culture, food, fashion, and music. Enjoy electrifying performances from Fancy Gadam, Adam, Go Get 'Em Episode, Wiyala, Amanziba, Big Twins African Music, and Dance Ensemble. Simon from Burkina Faso. And representing Brazil, Aline Crew. This historic festival is organized by Big Twins African Music and Dance Ensemble in collaboration with the Embassy of the Federated Republic of Brazil in Accra, supported by Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Ghana Tourism Authority.
This Christmas, Cattle's Agri Limited is bringing you freshness, flavor, and festive joy straight to your home and office. Right here in Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Takrade. Cattle's Agri, your #1 poultry plug. Fresh birds, sweet eggs, delivered with love. Get ready for our juicy Midofopa package. You get 1 broiler, 1 layer, 2 crates of eggs, plus our special chicken spices. All for only 450 Ghana cedis. Midofopa, sweet value for you. Or go big with our Kuko Bolobo package. That is 2 broilers, 2 layers, 2 crates of eggs, and chicken spices. Just for 800 Ghana cedis. A Kuko Bolobo. More chicken, more joy. And for families and corporate bodies ready to feast, try our Odon Sada package. 3 broilers, 3 layers, 3 crates of eggs, plus spices for only 1,200 Ghana cedis. Order now, enjoy more. And the best part is, corporate orders come with free delivery. Terms and conditions apply. Call us now. 0558 376127 or 0241 674268. or 020-331-5557. This Christmas, choose Cartoons Agri Limited. Cartoons Agri Limited. Freshness you can trust.
And that's Newsbeat on Good Afternoon Ghana, and Business Edge is coming up. But before I hand over to Kwesi Efriye, Metro TV's Jollof Party is definitely coming off on the 20th of December. So, Kwesi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, and I know that you're also doing well. Are you ready for some jollof on the 20th?
I'm quite excited about the program which is coming up from Metro TV. And yes, I am very ready, and I'm sure you are ready as well.
Yeah, I am, but I'm hoping that you're going to cook so that I can eat, because I'm not a good cook. So
that's you trying to put me right there on the spot. But let's see how it goes. At least what I'm very good at is angwamo and the yam and let's see how it goes.
It's easy to do. So I mean, you have to do something that will actually mean that you're cooking for us to eat. So I mean, that's just about it. So Jollof Party, definitely, that is Metro TV, is coming off on the 20th of December. Make a date with us. You will not regret it at all.
Right, so thank you very much. That was the news brief for the afternoon as we brought it to you today. But before I begin, let me take my time to do the announcement for you. And we are talking about the Jollof Festival. So take note, on the 20th day of this month, right here on the premises of Metro TV, wherever you are watching us from, we're giving you a special invitation. So for those of you who are ardent viewers of Metro TV, it's a special occasion for you to come and meet our presenters, to come and meet the guests that you admire so much, right from the Good Morning Ghana to Good Afternoon Ghana to Good Evening Ghana to Business Edge to all the programs that we have here. Everybody is converging right on the premises of Metro TV. And so we are throwing to you a special invitation that you need to join us. You need to join us on the 20th day of this month, December. We say the Metro TV Jollof Festival. Lots of countries are participating. I can tell you already that Nigeria has confirmed participating. So there is going to be kind of a competition between our dear country, Ghana. So those of you who know how to cook jollof very well, you want to participate in this, you want to be in this, come and show us your skills. And let's see how the Nigerians can compete with us. Some people are telling us that jollof actually originated from Sierra Leone. Is that true? Maybe we'll get to those people who are well into jollof and ask them those questions to see whether it's actually emanated from Sierra Leone and how their cooking skills also are. But for those of us in Ghana, we trust and believe in our jollof. So I'm imploring you, 20th day of this month. It's a big thing right here on the premises of Metro TV. And so with that, I usher you into the show this afternoon. We call it the Business Edge. Right here on the Business Edge, you get the best of news analysis in the area of economics, in the area of business, aviation, transportation, and whatever you want to think of. This afternoon is a very packed afternoon. And let me say a very thank you to my colleague Desmond Okreku Danso for the last 2 weeks. He's been doing you the honors. So for all of you who have been asking the questions today, I am here. And a special thank you to you, Desmond, for holding the fort for all of us. Today is packed. We're going to see how the currency is performing so far. We'll be looking at the Ghana Gold Board. So the Ghana Gold Board established the Gold Board Jewelry, and they are doing great things. We'll be getting into it, asking them questions, and seeing how the vision is for them. You remember that this week we heard from the Ghana Statistical Service, inflation has dropped again, so we are already in the single-digit bracket. When we do the analysis, we look at how it's going to impact the entire economy. So politicians, time and again, talk to us about the macro indicators, and I'm particularly concerned about the micro, because the Finance Minister, K.C. Latofosen, right in March, announced to us the very first budget of the NDC government, and he was particular that his focus is on the micro indicator. So you will see that his actions almost every time in the run-up to the reading of the budget is to go to the market, is to engage people who are having daily interactions with the economy to see whether they appreciate the figures that we are churning out, whether they appreciate how the economy is going. And so we'll be looking at that, how the Ghana Statistical Service is arriving at these figures. I'll be asking about the current basket that they are using, whether the figures are being cooked or whether the figures are actual. What it seems to all of us is that the economy is on the right path because we can attest to the inflation rate as it is now. We can attest to the exchange rate. We can attest to the fuel pricing and so on and so forth. So we'll do all that question. And if time permits, we'll talk about how to do trading for those of you who are in online trading and so on and so forth. So I'll begin with the performance of the local currency against the major trading currencies. Let's see how the cedi is performing against the dollar as of this morning. Right, so on the interbank exchange rate, which is from the Bank of Ghana, I've told you time and again that if you go to the ICONS platform, because they are dealing directly with the foreign exchange, sometimes their rates are a bit different. But this is your first official rate from the Bank of Ghana. It says the dollar is buying for 11.33 Ghana cedis, and it's selling for 11.34 Ghana cedis. What we are particularly concerned about is the stability of the cedi. So business people are able to project when the figures stay at 1 point for some time. And for some 2-3 weeks now, this is how it's been performing. Let's see the British pound sterling or the euro as the performance of the cedis against any of them. So the British pound sterling is selling at 14.9681. So that will be 15 thereabout. It is selling for 14.98 again. So midpoint range will be around 15. So as of business, close of business from the commercial banks yesterday and this morning, if you go onto the market to trade, this is how much you get in the British pound sterling for, let's say, the euro, and then we can come back to the studio. The euro is going for, so this is the British pound sterling. Kindly let's move to the euro. So the euro is going for 13.1576. So averagely 13.2 thereabout, and it is selling for 13.1706, and that's quite exciting. Again, I say quite exciting because our concentration is on the stability of all of these currencies because we trade with them all the time. I think I've been talking too much. Let me come back to the studio now, and I'm beginning the conversation around gold board. So this year, we saw from, again, in March, when Atuforsen was in Parliament, the announcement of the establishment of an entity which was to help us streamline the entire gold industry. People had been talking about Galamsey, we had been talking about illegal mining, small-scale mining, and then to the large-scale mining corporate entities. And we had the presentation by Kisela Atuforsen, and then the act came up later in Parliament, and then the setting up of the institution now followed. We had PMMC transition into the Ghana Gold Board, becoming the sole assayer of gold here in the country. So you cannot sell gold outside the country without going through the Ghana Gold Board. They've been doing a lot, quite a number of things. There have been accusations here and there all the time about they buying from the illegal miners. They have defended themselves. They have said that they are rather making sure that the space is streamlined. Then we hear Sami Jemfi, the Chief Executive Officer, go ahead to establish what we call the Gold Board Jewelry. And for a lot of us, it was a step in the right direction. As to how they were going to perform was another thing. But for some time now, for a period now, we've seen lots of actions and activities going on at the Ghana Gold Board Jewelry. And luckily for us this afternoon, we have the Chief Executive Officer of the Gold Board Jewelry herself joining us in the studio. Gertrude Emefa Donko is my guest this afternoon. Gertrude, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
I hope you're doing well.
By the grace of God, I'm fine.
Thank you for coming to us this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me and having me here.
How's it going?
Good afternoon to your cherished viewers and listeners as well. Yeah, it's going well, one step at a time. And as you have said, we are making some strides, and we hope that in the coming months and years, we will do much more.
But first of all, let me congratulate you. We haven't gotten the opportunity to do that yet. And that's a very big portfolio.
Apparently.
and you are the CEO. So congratulations to you.
Managing director, yes.
The managing director.
Managing director.
But you're still the one steering the affairs of the institution.
I am.
What's the plan? Tell me about it.
Well, I just have to say that Gold Board Jewelry has been in existence since 2016. 2016. As PMMC Jewelry Limited.
Okay.
Okay, so we were incorporated in 2016. I know that not too many people know about it. We are calling it Gold Board Jewelry Limited because we are rebranding, retooling to match up with our vision. So I just wanted to clear that. But essentially, we are responsible for the value addition. I mean, we've spoken of value addition, value addition, value addition. So we are in charge of the value addition aspect of the gold industry in Ghana. When you look at the enabling legislation, it talks about value addition as part of its Gold Board's powers. So that is what we are focusing on. We produce jewelries. Recently, we launched a tablet, that's a gold tablet. And there is so much more that we
Gold tablet?
Gold tablets. Gold tablets.
I mean, like a laptop, a mobile phone, or...
It's like a bar, but we call it a tablet because they come in different sizes or weights. So we just call them tablets. I should have brought some for you to see.
I'll be happy to hold it. I mean, everybody wants gold.
Yeah. So there are different weights, 4 different weights, small, and then there is a bigger weight, and then it follows like that. So 4 different weights up to 1 ounce.
Are you selling them?
We are selling them. And the whole idea is to create investment opportunities for Ghanaians and whoever is interested to diversify your investment portfolio.
And so far, how is it going? Is it successful? We hear you in the news. I'll come to the launch of the online platform and so on and so forth. But has it been successful so far? There is a lot of backlash coming against you. In fact, Gold Board itself and then all of you involved in the space.
Well, I think sometimes it's just misconceptions, and so I don't blame people too much when we hear some of these comments. But majority of the people who understand and appreciate our operations, they applaud us. We've received very positive comments as well, and when you have insight into our operations, you cannot help but say that we are doing the right thing, because you know that for far too long, historically, we've been exporters of our raw gold and rather import a lot of the finished product. So we are moving away from that practice where Ghana, as the largest gold producer in Africa, exports its raw gold only to import the finished product, the jewelries and all of that. So we have the gold here. Why don't we add value to it, to whatever we want it to be?
But are we going to get there, where we get to a point? In fact, we talk about cocoa, we talk about the bauxite, the aluminium industry, all of the things that happen there, value addition, and that's your business with gold. Are we going to get to the point where if I want a wedding ring to buy, if I want a chain to buy, if I want anything, I will not think about going to Dubai at all?
We are getting there. We will get there. We've started. It's something that is already in progress. All of these I'm wearing were crafted by Ghanaians.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Here in Ghana?
Here in Ghana. Ghanaian craftsmanship.
By Gold Board?
Gold Board Jewelry.
Wow.
Gold Board Jewelry. So I think we are trying to build a larger production room or unit. When we are done, I'll invite you over and then we take a tour. But as we speak, we have a production unit. We have our artisans who are at work and they are producing jewelries for us, using our own gold to produce jewelries and other forms of casting.
I was going to ask you about the finishing of your products, because usually when we speak to SMEs here in Ghana, how all of us can support the growth of the Ghanaian local industry, we come to the point of packaging, the point of finishing of the product, and how to be able to compare them to products on the international market. But if you are telling me that this is from you, then we can be sure about the finishing. So maybe you want to discuss it. How is it like?
Well, it's like I said, it's craftsmanship, and it's a process, right? We are at a stage where what we do is good, but the vision is to be able to compete with the luxury brands internationally. And so there is a lot more we would do. We would have to train our artisans to get, because we need a certain type of finishing, just as you mentioned. I'm not saying that we don't have it now, because what I'm wearing is very good.
Very clean.
Very clean.
Yeah,
very clean.
Very clean.
But we are aiming, to compete with the global luxury brands. So there is much more that we will do in the coming months and years, so that we can place ourselves on international platforms and compete very well with other luxury brands.
So a few days back, we saw in the news that you have launched an online platform. To do what? What is it about?
Well, the online platform is, we call it our 24/7 digital showroom, because currently we have traditional showrooms where you have to walk in and make inquiries or make purchases. We have 7 showrooms so far, 5 in Accra, and then 2 in Kumasi. But we understand that our target market is not just limited to people in Accra and Kumasi. Apart from the domestic markets, we are also targeting persons outside this jurisdiction. So the digital showroom is serving as that showroom where everybody across the globe could access our products. You go on there, you browse, look at the products we have, you make purchases, and then we arrange for delivery or your pickup. So that's the essence of the showroom. We don't want to limit access to our customers or potential buyers simply because of the limited traditional showrooms.
Yes, access to those shops where they are, the transportation issues and all of that will be very difficult.
Exactly. So you find, we observe from the back end. Once you launch a product like this, you want to see how it's performing. So we observe from the back end, and we realize that people from different countries
not even just in Ghana.
Not even just in Ghana. We have people from the US, UK, from Germany, logging in constantly to see the kind of products we have. And so it's really important that we have this working so that we don't limit,
That's forward thinking. That's you thinking ahead of yourselves. And what has been the response so far?
Fantastic. I'm not sure you've seen the website. You've been there.
I can go there now.
Yes,
what's the website? So
jewelry.goldboard.gov.gh.
If you are watching us, we have the managing director of Goldboard Jewelry here in the studio, and I wish that Derek and Bright, if you can go onto the website and project a bit of it, let's see, because I like what I'm seeing already. So I'm here on your page now.
Right.
I'm here on the page now, and I see, you see, is it 1 ounce or?
1 ounce, that's the
1 ounce.
Yes, that's
that
1 ounce.
You have here.
Equivalent to 31 grams. Yeah. So a lot of work has gone into this website because we wanted to make it as user-friendly as possible, user-friendly as possible, and to really display everything we have in our traditional showrooms.
Oh, I see the tablets also.
Yes, those are.
I see the tablets here.
You see them in different weights. So
yes.
There's a smaller one, and then it goes.
So I see them. That's as projected on the screen. So these are the tablets.
Yes, those are the tablets.
Can we come in and buy the tablets?
Anytime. We have them in store. You just have to buy, pay for.
And that's just pure gold.
That's pure gold, 99.9% pure.
How much is one tablet?
Depends on the weight. The smaller weight is just around 2,000. The other one, which is the 5, so the smaller weight is 1 gram. Then the other one is a 5 gram, and that's about 9,000 thereabouts.
So if I have 9,000 Ghana cedis, I can just walk into your shop and buy?
You can just walk in and pick a 10 gram.
Wow, but we didn't know these things.
Yeah, we launched it. There's a lot of visibility
happening now.
we are working on. But people have heard it. And majority of the people are excited about it. Look, the very day we launched it, the next day people were trooping in our showrooms just to, get to also feel the gold we have. And
I would be happy. I live in Ghana. I know we mine gold in Ghana. I want to have gold in my room.
You should have gold in your room. And you should have gold. Look, we want to get to a place where even when you give birth, right, you should buy a gold and keep for your child. That's a japadie.
Yes.
You keep it, and then 18 years or 20 years, because the price of gold is always appreciating. So you want to invest in such for your children, for yourself, for other forms of investment. So you diversify your portfolio. The current or the prevailing form of investment that most people are used to is keeping your money in the bank.
And these are things we haven't really thought of.
These
are things we haven't really thought of.
And these are things that are even more secure than the currency, investment.
The treasury bills, the other ones.
And the fixed deposits and all of that.
When there is domestic debt exchange, then you run into trouble. That's on the side anyway. But let's come to you. So the online platform, once you get the address, you said it's Goldboard.
It's jewelry.goldboard.gov.gh.
Please, can you project it for me so that people who are watching us and want to access the website can go on? And do you have plans of establishing offices in other parts of the country? Even though this platform is there, everybody can get on. And I'll be coming to ask you about the security, the quality, and so on and so forth. But here in Ghana, I live in Fademampontin, or I live in Sefirioso, or Sefia Kontombra, and I know that you mine from my area. You have polished it, added value to it. I want to have the fine details of what you're showing me now. Is it possible that in the next few months, years, you have a plan? You are the MD, so what you say is what we take as final to come into Sefirioso.
Yes, not not
necessarily,
of course, but
to expand.
But yes, we have plans of expanding the domestic market. We want to be able to expand to the length and breadth of Ghana, and then outside this jurisdiction as well. We will do some feasibility studies to see how best our showroom or the products would perform in these areas, and then we can move in and then set up showroom. But definitely, we are not limiting ourselves to Accra and Kumasi. We want to fill every region of this country before we even go out.
Okay, so let me stay on the online platform. There are people today in today's digital space who have concerns. I do have concerns about security issues or having value for my money issues. And so when I'm making an order online, I'm careful. How secure is your system to protect individuals who decide that, okay, I've seen Gertrude. Gertrude is very beautiful. I don't want to go to her office. I want to sit back in my office and make an order. How secure is it?
Our platforms are very secure. Very secure. We've done the necessary, or we've put in the necessary security measures. We've done ethical hackings and all of that, just to ensure that both parties, that's us and you, the buyer, you're secure. So you are rest assured that you log onto our platform and you are dealing with the right people, and it's 100% safe and secure.
And then again, the quality issues. If I'm buying online, how am I sure that
what you see is what you get. What you see.
I'm happy about that. I'm really happy about that because we see things online. You see the dress well knit and everything, and then it comes and it's.
I keep using this as a reference. When you go on the website, you would see this, and what you see here is what you'd see on the website.
And so when you tell me it's 18 carats,
it's 18 carats.
It's 18 carats, purely.
Pure. It's 18 carats. When we tell you it's 18 carats, it is 18 carats. So you go on there, whichever product you want to buy, you see the description, the item description in there, the carats, the type of product it is, and then you can make your selection. One thing we are almost in the process of introducing is the machines that will test the purity of the gold.
Okay.
So it's something we are working on. Very soon we'll launch that. So when you enter, we test it right in front of you, and then you are sure that you're buying 18 karat. But we are a state institution. Our interest is to enrich Ghanaians, you know, so there's no way we would lie to you, which is why a lot of people prefer us to other outlets, because you know that what you are buying from us, what to tell you we are selling is indeed what we are selling.
And I see something here. Half-ball pendants and what's all of those things about?
Those are pendants that so it depends on you. I am wearing a chain without, or a necklace without a pendant. There are people who love pendants. We have different types of designs. We have I don't know which one you're looking at now, but we have the Africa.
I have quite a number coming up. You have so much on the page.
Those
so
are
I have.
Yeah, so we have all kinds of pendants that there are people who love pendants, there are people who don't want it. Yeah, so it depends on you, whatever you select.
So you think that it is safe to come to you or to use your online? Christmas is coming up. The ladies will be disturbing the men and the boys.
We hope they do.
February will come.
We pray they do.
Easter will come. And so the issue of accessing your website and so on and so forth, should we come to you, I mean, for gift purposes, for all of that?
Yeah, we even have a gift package in there. And the thing is, we have a very friendly customer service team who are always on standby to help you. There are people who come in and they are confused. What should I buy? I want to get the gift for someone. They will guide you through, you know, provide the necessary advice.
So when it's for my mother, they will guide me through.
When it's for your mother,
when it's for the girlfriend, they will guide.
You
when it's for your wife, they will guide. So you have a service for everything.
We have a service for everything. We have a service for those who are, you know, quite elderly, the middle. We know what everybody wants, you know. So when you tell me that you are buying for your girlfriend, I'm asking, okay, how old is she?
Oh, let me add my boss. When it's for my boss too,
right?
Just so that people know.
What's her style? You know, we ask you those basic questions just so we can select something which is perfect for whoever it is you're getting it for.
Wow, that's exciting. But you personally, do you have a marketing background? It looks like
I do.
Everything is well calculated. And
yes, I do. I have an MBA in marketing. I was actually the best graduating student in marketing during my time.
Wow, that's exciting because I see your kind of branding and the vision you have is to expand through customer service, through marketing, through effective sales, and so on and so forth. Yeah. What's the vision? That's my final question to you. Maybe if we come back to you by the middle of next year, by the end of next year, what's the vision for Gold Board Jewelry? What should we be talking about?
Well, so the plan, as I said, is to open flagship stores in Ghana and then outside Ghana. We plan on expanding or opening showrooms in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Dubai. In the coming years, you would see that we will do all that. But we essentially want to be the most preferred jewelry brand in Africa, right? Positioning ourselves to compete with the luxury brands internationally. So that's really the vision. It goes beyond this jurisdiction. There's so much more that we want to do, and we will do it by the grace of God.
I'm going to give you just 30 seconds to do your final advertisement. Advertise to everybody why we should come to you, and there is competition out there. Like you're saying, you want to set up at other places. I'm sure in other countries they're also thinking the same. But I'm told that we have a very large following at a place called the Gimpa Business Center, and they are very religious with watching Metro TV. My team there, maybe I'll get your names and mention them subsequently in our shows. But thank you very much for staying with us all the time. I'll use the opportunity to tell you to get to Gold Board Jewelry, get gold for yourselves, for your family members, for your bosses this Christmas, maybe in the Valentine and Easter days to make use of Gold Board Jewelry. But thank you very much for staying with us all the time. And this is coming from the head of marketing of the IMG Group, Nana Deborah. But let me come to you again, Gertrude. 1 minute. What should we know about Gold Board?
Gold Board is Africa's most preferred jewelry brand. That is where we aim to be, or that's our target. Now, I'll just invite everyone, our customers, potential customers, those who are interested in our products to come over. Locate us in our showrooms, at any of our showrooms in Accra. We are located at East Legon, Spintex, that's inside the Marina Mall, Tema, Usu.
Let me write them. East Legon.
Spintex, Marina Mall.
Okay, Spintex, Marina Mall.
Right. Tema, Osu, and then Kimbu, Diamond House. In Kumasi, you can locate us at the Kumasi Airport, and then forgot the other place. Yes, there's another Kumasi branch. I've just forgotten the name.
That's fine. That's fine.
So it's 7 showrooms basically, and we want Ghanaians to patronize Ghanaian craftsmanship. Ghanaian craftsmanship. The more you patronize us, the more you give us the opportunity to open more showrooms, and then creating employment for Ghanaian youth. So it expands. You buy from us, we keep the dollar here, we keep the city here, we open more showrooms, we create opportunities for the youth.
But with all the things that we are seeing and asking people to come to you, with that,
the last one is Edum branch.
Kumasi Edum branch.
Kumasi
okay,
Edum, yes.
So you have East Legon, Spintex, Marina Mall, you have Tema branch, you have Usu branch, you have Kimbu branch, Kumasi Airport, and then Kumasi Edum. 7 outlets so far.
7 outlets.
You are seeking to expand.
We are seeking
now
to expand.
we are telling people to come to you. If they come to you today, do you have enough stock?
We do. We have enough stock.
How long will it take for you to do maybe the bracelet you have for me?
This can take 2 working days to be done.
2 days, just 2 days.
2 working days.
So if I place the order in 2 days, or the 4th day, I should get it?
No, on the 3rd day.
On the 3rd day.
2 working days. So by the 3rd day, you should be able to get it.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah.
And
And that's one thing we do. When you come into our showrooms or you watch our website and you don't have or you don't see what you want, we are open for customization. It's just describe to us what you want, and then we'll customize it for you.
Well, let me say a very big thank you for making the time to come to us. We would also do a follow-up and come there and come and see what you have. Of course, I've seen some online, but I want to come and hold the gold and see for myself.
You should. You should come and hold the gold. And this Christmas season, of course, if you don't know the ideal gift for your loved one, for your friend, for your colleague or your boss, I would suggest that you buy them a gold tablet.
Gold tablets?
They will appreciate it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be happy to have a gold in
A gold tablet
house.
or a jewelry, whichever it is, but get them something which is different from the usual gifts, the boxes and the hampers.
Well, so I'll let her that know. She says, that's let me just stay in my lane. But Gertrude, thank you very much for coming to us. She says that especially for the ladies, run away from the usual. Just run away. Make sure that you are giving us something that we'll be very happy about, something that we can hold on to for a very long time. So Gertrude Emefa-Donko is the Managing Director, Gold Board Jewelry. She's done us the honors of staying with us. She says they have a lot more of items crafted from gold, and they are pure gold. You can get onto their website and you can reach them in any of their 7 outlets, and make sure that this Christmas, this New Year, this Valentine coming, this Easter coming, you would make use of a perfect gift for your loved one, whether your parents, whether your colleagues at work, whether your family members, or that girlfriend, or maybe that boyfriend. Stop buying the boxes. Gertrude, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Coming up next is the Ghana Statistical Service. This week, we've heard that the Ghana Statistical Service has dropped or brought down the inflation rate. Remember that we have been doing single digits, the month-on-month or the year-on-year, as of previous month, from 8%. It is now 6.3%. I have one big question for the Ghana Statistical Service. What is the current basket we are using, and how is the calculation done? When that calculation is brought to us, we'll ask how this is being done, because this is what we all want. What I'm going to do is to show you the press conference which announced the 6.3 percentage points for the drop. Stay with us. You will see the press conference, and I'll be right back.
Government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu, who presented the data, noted the decline was driven largely by reductions in both food and non-food inflation. Overall, prices went up by 0.9% between October and November 2025.
Inflation has dropped to 6.3% in November 2025, the lowest since CPI rebasing in 2021. This marks the 11th straight month of decline and reflects a sustained improvement across multiple components of the CPI. Food and non-food inflation are both easing, though food inflation is easing faster, with food dropping from 9.5% in October to 6.6% in November, whilst non-food fell from 6.9% to 6.1%.
Businesses have been encouraged to take advantage of the lower inflation environment by investing in efficiency, strengthening local supply chains, reducing waste, and passing cost savings on to consumers where possible.
Falling inflation provides an opportunity for households to plan with more confidence. This is a good time to budget carefully, avoid unnecessary spending, and set aside whatever savings are possible. Price stability helps households stretch their incomes further and make more predictable financial decisions. For businesses, this is an ideal moment to strengthen operational efficiency. Lower and stable inflation offers space to refine supply chains, invest in productivity, reduce waste, and build stronger links with local producers. Where input costs have fallen, business should consider passing on some of these savings to consumers. Doing this actually builds trust, it strengthens competitiveness, and it contributes to a healthier market environment.
Regionally, the Northeast region recorded the highest inflation rate at 12.3%, whereas the Savannah region posted the lowest at negative 0.02%.
Right, so I am asking if you took particular notice of the statements made by the Executive Secretary or the Director General of the Ghana Statistical Service. He says, save more. And this is a time that you need to put your finances right and very well. But that's not our focus this afternoon. Our focus is how this is being done, how the economy is being run, how is the basket looking like, are we still using the same basket, and so on and so forth. Francis Bright Mensah is the Director of Economy at the Ghana Statistical Service. And I'm happy to have him here this afternoon. Francis, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
I hope you're doing well.
Yes, I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well too.
I am doing very well. I'm looking at you and I'm seeing figures in my head already. And I'm sure every now and then that's the business you are doing, putting together figures and crunching numbers.
Yeah.
How is it going so far?
It's going well, by God's grace. If you're asking in terms of the figures, yeah, I guess you called me here because of the inflation figures.
The inflation figures?
Yeah, so per our mandate every month, we visit 57 markets where we reach 307 items which is in the basket.
Okay.
This
so I was going to ask you about the basket, so let's just go ahead with that.
Okay. So this is a basket that we derived in 2018 after we've undertaken a living standard survey. That's for a whole year. So from that, you're able to know the items that typical Ghanaians spend their money on. So that informs the basket that we have. Now, we maintain this basket until we do another, what we call rebasing. So we're planning another one next year. We visit
next
about...
year. You're going to do a rebasing next year?
Yes, we are rebasing the baskets.
But how many items do you have in the basket currently?
307.
307. Okay, so from 2018, when it was revised to 307, that's what you have been using to determine the inflation rate. So you check the prices of all of these items. Do we have the very popular ones that we know in? Can I mention tomatoes?
Yeah, tomatoes is part.
Do we have pawpaw in?
Yeah, pawpaw is in.
Pawpaw is in. Do we have watermelon? People are buying watermelon today, every day, every now and then.
Yes,
is
they are
watermelon
all
in?
Yeah. So these 307 are the broad items, but you have the brands.
Yes.
So when you go to the branded products, you have about 58,000.
58,000.
Yeah, because for each outlet that we visit, over 3,000 outlets that we are going to visit.
Yes.
In the urban market. So if you are going to read the price of maybe tomato, you read it from 5 different outlets.
Yes.
In the rural, we take it from 3 different outlets. So together you have more than the 307. That in terms of if you're talking about the brands and other things. But the 307 is the broad, at the broad
So
level.
you see the question I was going to start with, that are you cooking the figure, 6.3?
No. So as I said, even as we talk now, our price readers are on the market reading the prices. So it's something that we do every month. During the first 2 weeks of the month, we go to our markets, which is scattered across Ghana. As mentioned, 57. So these 57 markets, they are there reading the prices. And we keep monitoring. Our regional statisticians are there going around to monitor to make sure that they are not sitting in their home and maybe using what they purchase to fill our questionnaire.
Yes.
So they are on the market reading.
Because again, I was going to ask about how effective is the monitoring service from your end to make sure that those who are going to the markets to read the individual prices of these items as quoted by the market women and the market men are exactly what they are.
Yeah, so we monitor it strictly. Our regional statisticians, we have 16 regional statisticians. So every month they go, and the CPI methodology is once you select an outlet, you stick to that outlet or we rebase.
So we rebase.
Yeah, and some of the items you have to even buy. You have to buy because...
To be able to determine the price.
If I come to you first thing in the morning, you are selling cooked rice. And I said, I want to wait, give me... So when I get a cook, do I give it back to you? No, it's not there, right? So some of them we have to buy. But some too, we have good rapport with the outlet. So sometimes they even give it to us too. After dishing out, we weigh and we take the price.
So let me understand you well. If you get into the market and you get into an individual or a particular market woman who sells rice, oil, tomatoes, and so on and so forth, you use that particular outlet as a case study for the entire period until the next rebase.
Yes.
Wow.
And so that we are able to track the changes. And that helps out to track the changes. So they're able to monitor the trend. If you change outlets, you cannot really monitor the trend and the changes. In the same way, too, if you change an item. So once an item gets into the basket, it stays till we do another study and realize, Ghanaians are now consuming some items which previously were not in the basket. Or we see an item that now is now redundant. The frequency is actually not significant. So
are the field researchers all your staff?
Yes. So now we rely most on we have district statisticians now. Yeah, so we use most of them. And there are others that we've contracted. We have been working with them all this while. And we have some of our staffs to involve being supervisors and also being the market readers.
So now let's come to the figures themselves. The question again is, it means you are not cooking figures?
No. We are not. 100% confident.
You are not just telling us that it has set a single-digit inflation, 8%, within at least the last 5 years, and then again, we wake up one day and it is 6.3%. You are not cooking figures?
No. So we are in a human institution, so we are working with them, close monitoring. If you find out that you are cooking, we just drop you.
Have you had cause to drop some?
Yes, we've had cause, and we have to drop them. We're not going to the markets. But when it happened that within that week, we have to go and do the reading again.
Now let me come to it. Now that you have shown us, and we are quoting you, that Francis Bright, Mensah, Director of Economy Directorate at the Ghana Statistical Service, says the institution has an elaborate system monitoring pricing of goods and services, and so figures are not cooked.
No.
How are prices falling then?
Okay, so what we are saying, the figures saying now, is inflation is 6.3%. Yeah, this does not show that prices are falling. What it means that the pace at which prices are increasing are slower than a year before. So maybe a layman example.
But you explain it. I mean, for the purposes of all of us watching you and listening to you now.
Yeah, so for a layman example, assuming last year, November, I went to buy plantain for 100 cedis. This year, November, if I'm going to buy, I need 106 cedis, 30 pesos, to buy the same quantity or bunch of plantain I bought a year ago. So though the inflation, we say that inflation is going down, it does not mean that January prices are going. There are some price items, there are some items in the basket whose prices actually went down, fell down. And there are some that also increased significantly.
So
it's
if
a
prices
mix.
fall, what happens?
If prices fall, the 307 items that we have.
So we are talking about lower inflation, meaning prices slowing down, not necessarily falling. If prices fall, what
price increases slowing down.
Yeah, price increases slowing down. But if they fall, we have experienced some prices in the last few months falling.
Yes, they are
falling below the previous prices they were being sold for.
Yeah, there are some prices that are really falling. Last month, we had, if you look at the month on month, we had negative inflation, which they call deflation. So that means generally prices were falling. But even within that month to month, there were some prices that were increasing.
Yes.
So we're talking about an average figure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can have some that had inflation of around double the 59% and other thing. And others also have deflation of about -2. So a mix, when we find the average, then that gives us the 6.3. So on average, typically, we're saying that prices are moving at a pace of 6.3%. But that doesn't mean that all items are experiencing that movement. Some are actually falling and some are increasing.
But what's accounting for this? How is it good management of the economy? Is it global economy support? What's accounting for this? Because when we speak to the politicians, they are quick to, appreciate it or put it on themselves if it's going well, and if it is not, find reasons for them. For you as an expert, for you as a follower and a researcher of these prices, what's accounting for it?
Okay, so for us as a Ghana Statistical Service, we have not really done an extensive study on that. So we don't do attribution, the days and data. But we can speak confidently with the figures that we went to monitor. We will go to do the data collection. The policy maker does the policy. So confidently we can say that if you look at the past 12 months, if you break down the food basket, the inflation basket, you have food and non-food. Food has been trending downwards over the past
now we have food
months.
glut in some spaces.
Yes, so if you take, for instance, the food, last year, November, inflation was around 25.9, and now it's 6.6. So we see the decline. The same for non-food too, around 26, and now it's come to 6.1. If you take imported inflation, imported items and locally produced items, you've also seen that there's been the disinflation process has been seen over the year. We can say that there are some policies that can have impacts on inflation. But for us, we cannot really give the extent to which it has. So the Ministry of Finance is implementing the fiscal policy, a tight fiscal policy that can have effect on the inflation. The Bank of Ghana also undertakes its monetary policy. It tightens the monetary policy when it has to, or it loosens it when it has to. So all this can have effect on the disinflation that we experience. But the extent to which we cannot really, from statistical service.
But you are the researchers. You are the ones chasing the prices. You are the ones seeing how it is dropping, and the market women are talking to you why the drops are coming.
Yeah, so
you'll be able to tell.
Yes, I'm saying that we
as
go
a
to measure
servant,
the price.
you don't want to get yourself caught in.
No, but what I'm trying to say that these policies that are being implemented by government could have an impact because exchange rate has been stable for a very long time, and this can have impact on the imported inflation, which will bring down the overall inflation that we are seeing.
Do we expect that it goes further down?
Yeah, so if these, what we are observing on the market, we see that, yeah, as you said, there's food glut. If the policies that maybe have been implemented are sustained, then we should expect that it should go down. If food inflation continues to go down, because food is
a major driver.
Yes, and we still see some food items contributing to inflation, ginger, for instance, and other things. So if these prices can come down, then we expect that, it to be sustained. For this year, 11 consecutive months, we've seen the drop.
Yes.
So if trend is anything to go by, then we don't expect...
So per your trend, you don't expect...
Yes. We expect that...
You don't expect a jump in the inflation?
It's possible. If you look at the month-on-month, you see that even November, there was an uptick. Inflation went up 0.9. So that gives us some signal for us to be careful. It's not been downward throughout. On year, we are seeing it. But within the short term, we see some volatility. So we're only hoping that the policies that are implemented can use the positive result that we're seeing.
Are we going to see the single-digit stay in December, stay in January, stay, and until when?
We cannot say from the statistical service.
But from the trend analysis?
Yeah, from the trend can go... this year we've had a lower inflation. So next year, if all things being equal, then we have to do better in terms of going down than what we are seeing. That's the base drift effect. Other than that, then we might see an uptick, the trend changing. Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with the dollar, the stability in the dollar?
Yes, I'm saying.
I mean, the exchange rate?
Yes, the exchange rate has been depreciated around 30-something. And once we have imported inflation going down, and if global prices in the countries that we import from, we see their prices going down, then it's going to have that positive impact on our inflation basket.
So I'm asking that because most of I don't know how the basket looks like. I haven't had the opportunity to assess the entirety of the basket, the 307 items in the basket. But I suppose, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that most of the food inflation items, or food items, which is the basis for the food inflation, are produced here in Ghana. The tomatoes, you're talking about the ginger, the cassava, the plantain. Apart from the fact that we have opportunity and cost to import some of them, that's when we are going to experience imported inflation. But for those that we are producing here and are producing enough, you can do the analysis with that.
Yeah, so if you look at the weights of the locally produced items vis-a-vis that of the imported, the locally produced items have a bigger rate. It's about 69% in the basket compared to 31% from the imported inflation. So if prices of the locally produced item continue to fall, then because it has a bigger weight, it's going to impact on the inflation and bring it down compared to the imported inflation. And as the weights of the locally produced items are also higher than that of the, when you take that individually, they are higher than that of the imported inflation. So if we do well locally, then in terms of the prices of the items, the locally produced item, then it will have greater impact on the inflation.
So what would you suggest, that we produce more in the country?
Yes, and in terms of storage, yeah, we have more storage facilities to store if we overproduce. And we checked, fortunately for the past, we've seen from June, transport, we used to have impact also on the inflation. It has been negative, it has been stable over the period, so it's not having impact on prices of the good. If that is sustained, a good transport network, irrigation system being improved, then we hope that the locally produced items, especially the food components that you're talking about, yeah, the prices will be maintained and inflation will continue to trend downwards.
So what time in next year should we expect, which month is the rebasing going to be done, and how is it going to be done? How many items are you looking at to put in the basket? Are you going to review it upwards or downwards?
Okay, so normally, as I said, to undertake the rebasing, we do a study that we call the Ghana Living Standard Survey.
Yes.
Over 12 months.
Yes.
Yeah, we've just completed the data collection. That is in October.
How is the unemployment rate like?
That is not from the Living Standard Survey.
We usually get that sometimes from.
Yes, the unemployment rate that we produce from the quarterly labor.
That's the labor report.
The last report was in the quarter 4 of 2024. And I think it stood around 13.7. I have to check. At around 13%. Yeah. So we have not released
a new one.
Yeah, the new one, hopefully by end of this year, we'll do that of 2025. So that will come out.
And then the Ghana Living Standards will now come and give us the rebased one.
Yes. Apart from that, the other things that the Living Standard, we talk about poverty and when the report comes.
Yes.
So from that, we have done an initial selection of the items. We've seen the items that Ghanaians patronize over the 12 months. So we are getting a little higher than the 307.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the ranges of around 500. But we still have to monitor this. We have to go to the market to see whether these items are there. We have to see the weights of these in the basket. So some analysis will have to be done. But definitely the basket that we have will be improved. The current basket will be improved in the next rebasing. We're hoping by the 4th quarter of next year, we'll come out with the new basket and inflation figures.
By the 4th quarter of next year?
Yes, we hope
so. That's around October.
Yeah, from October,
November,
December.
So by December, we should have a new basket.
Yeah, hopefully, if all things go on well.
For the calculation of inflation.
Yeah.
Francis, let me say a very big thank you to you for coming to us this afternoon. And we'll be following on you more. When you drop the new inflation, we'll come back to you to see what the factors are. But thank you very much for staying with us this afternoon to tell us what's been happening. I've been talking to Francis.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me.
Yes. We're grateful. And then my greetings to the Chief Executive Officer. Also, it's been a long time I met him in person, but he's a very good man. And the greetings from Metro TV to him. Francis Bright Mensah is the Director of Economy at the Ghana Statistical Service, and he's been talking to us about the reasons and the premise for the fall in inflation from 8% to this month's 6.3%, which is good news for the entire Ghanaian economy. I'll take a quick break. You don't need to go away because I'm still here in the studio. When I come back, the discussions on Business Edge continues. Stay with me.
James has been searching for happiness for years. So we asked locals to point him to the source of their happiness. Until one fateful night, when his search finally came to an abrupt end. Find your happy place with GoTV. Get GoTV to enjoy a wide range of shows for the whole family. GoTV. Love it.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya God the boom. If you put it that so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me way.
Eh?
Yeah, ma.
Easy kwa. Or dial star 712 hash. The devil is a liar. He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompt. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family permission? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas.
Right, so thank you very much for staying with me this afternoon. I told you don't go away, I'll be right here, and I'm still here with you, of course, on Metro TV. If you just tuned in, we are coming your way live from our studios here at Rage in Accra. My next interview is about the mining industry, and people usually think that going down the pits, getting onto the machines, the very huge machines, the technology of mining is usually about men, but there are lots more women in the space who are making sure that our extractive industry becomes very important to our cost of living and the development of our economies across the length and breadth of the globe. Here in Ghana, we are into mining. We do a lot of mining. We do bauxite, we do gold, we do extractive industry. We are everywhere. And so it's important that we look at issues around women who are into mining, and there is a lot of questions around them. There is the president of an organization called AWIMA, that's the Association of African Women in Mining in Africa, and she's currently in Ghana, and of course, this is Metro TV. We are happy to have her here in the studio. She's paying a working visit to Ghana, and we had to push her to come. The name is Zenzi Natasha Avasis.
Correct.
I hope I got it right.
You did.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you very much for coming. You're welcome to Ghana and to Metro TV.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
How has the visit been?
The visit has been good.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in West Africa now for 2 weeks. I spent a week in Nigeria, and I had to just pop into Ghana because this is where we are head office. It's been good, very good.
Ghana is the best anyway.
It is.
You haven't spent a lot of time here, but Ghana is the best. So let me say to you, Akwaba. Have you heard Akwaba yet?
I did. And
you
I
did.
think
And then Obake. Did you hear that too?
No.
So that's our local forms of welcome. And we're welcoming you here into Ghana.
Thank you.
But what brings you here anyway? Let me ask her.
So Ghana is a key partner to AWIMA because our head office, we are registered in Ghana, and also because it is a country that forms part of a very important part of Africa's mining landscape. So I'm here to meet with stakeholders. We've been registered in Ghana now for 10 years. No. Yeah, approximately. And I'm here to meet with stakeholders, but also to explore collaborations in capacity building, policy alignments, and also economic empowerment initiative for women in mining. And I love your introduction where you said women are actually there because many times they ask us, where are we? About 50% of the artisanal small-scale mining sector in Africa are female. 50% actually.
50%?
Just a little bit more than 50%, but more than half
more than 50%?
Yes, are female. And we want to bring more awareness to that. And so one of the purposes of the trip here to West Africa is to include some preparatory work for one of our 2 key flagship projects. And if you don't mind, I want to go into that.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, so we host the annual AWIMA Leadership Awards. We held one in Ghana last year. It was our first one. And with that, we really just celebrate women in mining. And with that, the main objective is to bring awareness to who they are, where they are, and what they have done. So we celebrate that. It would have been held this year in Accra, but we just we felt that because it's our 10th anniversary, we just pulled into our partnership with the African Mining Indaba, and then we will hold this this event in Cape Town next year on the 11th of February. The second project that we want to also bring awareness to is the AWIMA Jewelry Project, which will be implemented through a second round of the AWIMA Jewelry Competition, which will also take place, can I call it the crowning of that? The winner of the jewelry project competition will be hosted in Accra next year. Yes, so that in a nutshell, big nutshell, is why I'm here in Accra.
Which means it's an advantage for women of any form who are mining, who are into the industry of any form.
And who those, the young ones who also want to enter.
Yes.
You know, one of the reasons.
Oh, so you don't need to be working already in the mining sector before you join?
No. I mean, so
that's exciting to hear.
This gives me an opportunity to just touch on the types of women. You know, usually when they ask us about women in mining, they want everybody wants to sweep one broom over it. But over the years, we have thought to actually group the types of women in mining. There is, like I mentioned, the artisanal small scale miner. There's a huge percentage of it also. That's the professional woman in mining, like a geologist. So I'm a geologist who's worked in large scale mines, and then we've also got the woman in mining entrepreneur. So that the one doesn't actually physically work in a mine, but she supplies services to the mine, procurement. She could be even a consultant to the mining industry. And then there's the woman in community, and then the fifth one, which I think is becoming more and more prominent, the Gen Zs. We love them, don't we?
We do.
Yes,
we do love them.
So what we're noticing is that the younger generation, though interested, does not really want to be part of the sector because of the perception they have about the sector. Now, having events like these or moments like this just to be on a national TV and talk about
them, make them understand
make them understand what's at stake here and how else they can get involved. So we use that to involve them in the sector.
But I'm happy that you say even the Gen Zs and the people who are hoping to join what's the criteria? Can they just get up and join? Where do they get to?
So AWIMA is a continental body.
Right.
So we the criteria. We are made up of national women in mining associations, right? So of the 54 African states, 42 national women in mining associations fall under us, make up AWIMA. Now, to be a member, you have to be a member of the National Women in Mining Association in your country. So if you go on our website or on any of our social media pages, there is, we have our members and the national presidents and their contact details on there, and then they can actually just contact them and join.
Apart from the meetings, apart from the events that you have, do you help them to solve problems, maybe individually? If they get problems at the workplaces, I mean, let me use a very traditional one, sexual abuse and all of those things. Are you able to do they come to you, the members of your association?
Yeah, that's a good question. So one of the, we're now in a world where you have to actually define yourself properly.
Exactly.
And one of the ways to define AWIMA is sort of the buffer or the nexus between the woman in mining as well as policymakers in the industry. Now, our projects that we have focuses around capacity building and just really bringing awareness to the industry, attracting and retaining. So one of the things we do is make sure that there are more women in leadership positions, and the reason for that is so that we can help both the woman in mining understand what her rights are and also policymakers to ensure that the policies around things such as sexual harassment, inclusion are dealt with properly, almost custom fit for the women in mining.
Right. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time, but when are you leaving the country?
Tomorrow.
I was going to ask you about, I'm told that you have a lot of money. Not you, I mean women in mining have a lot of money. Is that the case?
The perception is not always, that's not always the reality.
But there is money.
There is money in the mining industry, but it's
something you are working for anyway. So
yes,
yeah.
But I think people need to understand that these women work really, really hard, and they face a lot of structural barriers to get them. One of them being financial inclusion, you know, access to finance. Whereas a man can just walk in and get a loan from a bank to do the mining, she struggles. So what they think is, oh no, she actually where's the gold that she's mining? It's not as simple as that.
Tomorrow, we'll see if we can catch up and maybe have one session more, maybe if it's recorded before you leave the country. But we are happy to have you here once more. A very welcome to you, Akwaaba, to Ghana. And I think
I say Medasi to that, no?
Medasi, yes. So you started learning already. But,
yes.
But this is home, so you're welcome home.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome home.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome home. Zinzi Natasha Avasis, thank you very much for being with us. And if you're watching us, you are hoping to be in the mining industry, already in the mining industry, please do well to look out for the Association of Women in Mining in Africa and do well to join them. The president herself is here in town, and it's a great opportunity, I'm sure, if you are in town, to be able to meet her if you are part of the association. It's a great opportunity to meet her. She herself is here. So thank you very much, Avasis, for coming into Ghana and, of course, coming to Metro TV. So I move on to the next one. And this one is about the trading space. And producer said I should read this. I'll put it out to you. It says, in recent years, online trading has gained significant traction in Ghana, driven by increasing internet access and the rise of digital payment systems and growing interest in investment opportunities beyond traditional channels as more Ghanaians explore forex, cryptocurrencies, stocks, and other